Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be kind of an odd one, but nonetheless a good one. I was scrolling through Twitter checking out the regular users that I usually do on the daily when I came across Aesthetic Gamer aka Dust Golem's somewhat timed cryptic tweet. Dust Golem, for those of you guys that don't know, is a massive horror enthusiast and a great source for all horror related news, whether it is video games or cinema. If you guys want to stay up to date on horror news, make sure you guys give him a follow on Twitter. In his tweet, Dust Golem stated that he was given permission to share a surprise with everyone in 1 hour's time, and then just 30 minutes later he confirmed that it was a Silent Hill related surprise. The industry insider tweets out this message with images attached. Dust Golem states that he has a lot more details that he is not sharing at the moment, due to the fact that his source for this information is a relatively new one. Dust Golem goes on to say that this new source has provided him with enough proof to believe that the details and images shared with him are legitimate. Dust Golem also goes on to mention the names Anita and Maya, and also makes a reference to SMS messages, which will be something we talk about a little later in the video, because it is something that we have seen before in a Silent Hill related post. But finishing off Dust Golem's tweet, the horror enthusiast states that this is not the only Silent Hill game in development, and goes on to post 4 images. Now, for obvious reasons, I am not going to share the images here on this video, because the images have since been taken down over on Dust Golem's Twitter post due to a violation of the MCA, and his account was also locked for some time. Seems like Konami was not very happy with this one. So with the purpose of not getting this video taken down, I will not be sharing the images on this video, but I will instead leave a link in the description for you guys to go and check the images out yourselves. Now, it was unfortunate that Dust Golem had these images taken down initially, but there is a large silver lining, because the images being taken down only means that the leaked images were actually authentic. Why else would the copyright owner request the images be removed? Now, it is important to note that these images are a bit dated according to Dust Golem, dating back to 2020, meaning the project will most likely look a lot more different now. Dust Golem ends his thread by reiterating that he has a lot of proof that has been shared with him privately to show that everything he has posted is legitimate. Looking at the 4 images, they aren't very visually groundbreaking, but they do definitely give the bizarre horror vibe that is synonymous with Silent Hill games, especially the post-it note hallway with the post-it note monster at the end. The last 2 pictures in particular give a very Resident Evil 7 Baker family home vibe, but that's just me. It could just be any hoarder's house realistically. It seems like this Silent Hill project is going to portray a type of horror centered around the character's self-image, and, as dark as it may seem, self-hate. That's just my takeaway from looking at these leaked images, especially the image of the little girl with her face peeling away, revealing some negative comments underneath her skin. Now, for the last image that appears to show a note being picked up and read, the note is written in Japanese, which also does confirm what we heard a year ago, that Silent Hill was being developed by a prominent Japanese studio. But moving on, somebody was gracious enough to use Google Translate and to translate the note. The note appears to be written to a negligent mother that has essentially failed to take care of her 2 children, and due to this reason, a federal court officer has taken the 2 kids into custody. The 2 kids can potentially be Anita and Maya, the 2 names mentioned in Dust Golem's post. This is some pretty sad stuff, a very realistic and heartbreaking scenario if you ask me. Finally, moving on to the SMS messages that Dust Golem mentioned in his tweet. This is referenced almost 3 years ago by Alana Pierce, in which she talks about the Silent Hills project that was supposed to be developed by Kojima. In that iteration of Silent Hill, Alana stated that she was told the game would interact with you in the real world even when you weren't actively playing the game. Things like characters in the game emailing or text messaging you. Maybe this is a game mechanic that the developers decided to keep in the game, and it might be the same thing that Dust Golem was alluding to in his tweet. Now, I would normally say take this leak with a grain of salt, but it is fairly obvious that this news is legitimate at this point. And Dust Golem is fairly confident in his source, so all I will say is stay tuned for more details about the Silent Hill project. And that is gonna do it for this video, you guys. Let me know what you guys think about these leaked details and images. Leave a comment down below letting me know your thoughts and opinions. If you guys enjoyed the video or found it informative, consider leaving a like. It really helps the channel out. For more updates on Silent Hill and other video game news, subscribe to the channel. Till next time, I'll catch you guys in the next video.